There's a storm on the horizon as the Hurricanes prepare to challenge the revitalized Lions here at Coca-Cola Park. Johannesburg, also known as the City of Gold, will be one of the venues for the upcoming British and Irish Lions tour, and of course also for the FIFA World Cup 2010. 3 yellow cards last week hampered the Hurricanes' progress against the Bulls. How will they respond to the disappointment of a second defeat in the season? The Lions camp will be buoyant after their second victory of the season, but can they repeat last week's performance? That's the big question. Well, they certainly have come in to support their team following last week's victory against the Brumbies, which is a very special occasion for Lofi Yellow and his team, who a lot of people had lost faith in, and they have managed to get off, of course, the bottom of the Super 14 log. That's the bottom half. You can just see the Hurricanes just on there at 15 points. But if you have a look at the log in its totality, you're going to see that the Lions, with a victory tonight and a bonus point, could move substantially up this log. So the middle portion of this log is really quite cluttered in terms of teams on fairly similar points. Of course, the same for the Hurricanes. A victory tonight will push them up to close to the magic top 4, of course, in terms of the semi-finals for the Super 14. We are just about at the halfway mark of the 2008 Super 14, and it's Coca-Cola Park tonight that will host this match between the Lions and, of course, the Hurricanes. Just while we're waiting for the teams, I can introduce my fellow commentator tonight, Garth Wright. You might have seen him a little bit earlier, just going through the details, the technical side of things as to how he saw tonight's game. And Garth, you know, a win, 2 games that they've won, 3 that they've lost, 3 games that they've won, 2 that they've lost, is sort of the 2 teams. So it's a knife edge in many ways. There's a lot of matchups. There's 8 internationals in each team, if we count Albie Mathewson in as well, who played for the All Blacks against Munster. So what could be the difference in tonight's match?
I think the key really is going to be the breakdown points. The more and more I talk to the coaches, Gavin, as the teams come up for the Hurricanes, and I will just quickly get it over that. I'm going to come back to that breakdown point after this team. But if you just want to take us through first, if I look at the Hurricanes, their 9 to 15 is really quality. Mathewson, Weepu, Smith, Nanu, Gare with a pace, Guildford above Corey Jane, and of course Ellison also above Corey Jane. Interesting backline for the Hurricanes. And if you have a look at that battery of Lowe, Soyalo, Levavi, very key to that point I was saying, breakdowns, vital for the Hurricanes.
Well, lots of talent there, and lots of ability, but there certainly is in this team as well, and perhaps it's the confidence tonight of Andre Pretorius at number 10 that's absolutely crucial to their potential victory. He's not quite firing at 100% by his own admission as well, but there is a pack of forwards there that's got a lot of heart, a very good front row as well. Heike van der Merwe, very well known. Todd Clever starts tonight after those 26 internationals for the USA, and I think he'll be really thrilled about that. 2 internationals on the benches tonight, Earl Rose and Corey Jane on the Hurricane side as well. And of course, we've got to know that the replacements are absolutely crucial in the modern game. There's a need for them to come on, and I guess as well the Hurricanes are playing at altitude. We know what altitude can mean sometimes in the second half, and Colin Cooper, the coach, will want to be sure that he gets his players right. But Garth, what's interesting for me, and you chatted about it with Cobus Visser on the field, is Perry Weepu playing at fly half. You don't often find a scrum half moving to fly half, although Ruan Pienaar will tell me that it's happened with him. It's not a regular thing, and Perry Weepu, a very talented player, and he's played some rugby there. But again, could that be somewhere along the line an Achilles heel for the Lions?
I've watched Perry Weepu, as you see the captain Soyalo in your picture right now. Perry Weepu has got the pedigree of a true total rugby player. Rodney Soyalo, the captain of the Hurricanes, is the guy who's the go-to man. He's the guy, that's Perry Weepu in your picture right now. As you can see, he's actually quite a big man. So he can take the ball up over the advantage line. He's got a left foot, a right foot. He's got the ability to read the game. The scrum off, of course, he can, if you'll forgive me that. But most importantly, I just think he's fitting into that role very well. And I don't think he's a weakness. I think he's a strength.
Well, Perry Weepu, amazing, 60 appearances. He's only scored 2 tries. Quite amazing. He's a big, strong fellow, certainly when he's playing at halfback as well. But I think that's perhaps indicative of his ability as well to set up things, set up tries for other people too, so you don't need to read anything into that. Cobus Krobela, as usual, will lead from the front tonight because he's that type of player, and he has a crucial role with that ball on the ground tonight. We mentioned it earlier, the Hurricanes, you want to put them on the deck. They love to move the ball around. They've got a big pack of forwards. You want to tackle them down on the deck, and of course that's where a player like Cobus Krobela comes into the picture.
He certainly comes into the picture, and I think that man, your picture there, Andre Pretorius, he owes himself a good game. You know, he's a class player, and class lasts a lifetime. You know, he's not one of those players that has form one week, then out of form the next week. He's coming back from injury. He needs to find his class. And I've got a feeling it's got to be tonight, because any other night of the season, if Andre Pretorius stands up tonight, that man, the captain, Cobus Krobela, has a big game. The Lions are in the hunt.
Well, Lofi Yellow, their coach, was just telling us a little bit earlier that he's told Andre Pretorius, I've got the faith in you. You get out there and you go and play your game. And, well, he knows how much rests on his shoulders as well as an individual. And I'm pretty sure somewhere along the line he's going to come right. And as you say, Garth, it could well be tonight. Not the biggest crowd of the season, but importantly, they'll be pretty vocal. There's Todd Clever then, from the US of A. Began playing rugby when he was 14 years of age. We keep hearing these stories about guys who start at a late stage in life and plays with a huge amount of enthusiasm. And there, of course, the key man, 577 points, the most by any South African. That's a mixture of drop goals, penalties, conversions and tries, of course. And who else would players want to have on the park but Jonathan Kaplan, one of the foremost referees in the world today.
Ready to go?
Absolutely picture perfect, and weather conditions ideal. No wind, so let's hope we see a cracker of a game. Pretorius will want to get his kick-off right as a start, the most important, and the Lions will hunt in a pack tonight, or a pride we could call it. Matthewson at scrum half, Terry Wipu at fly half, and lots of talent in the Hurricanes backline. Ellison at the back is a New Zealand Sevens rugby player, great runner with the ball. Zach Gilford and Hosea Gear, well, both of them multiple try scorers. Zach Gilford in 26 first-class appearances already scored 16 tries. But it's the basics, maybe, Garth, right? And here we have Willie Wepner with a throw-in to get it right. So important to start on the front foot. What the Lions are doing at the moment and getting the possession that they want. Pretorius, he's got Dopis Lafrangi and the strong running Jacques Fourie outside him. Sapaka made a little bit of ground there, Lawrence Sapaka. You can just see the difference when you do get front foot ball. The mark very tight on the inside there for Ernest Yabert. First touch for him. Krobela, don't often see him as carrying the ball up. He's the man that's got to do the work to win the ball.
No hand, Gray!
There's Pretorius, igniting the backs again. Chance for Mens, taken on by Yanis Labuschagne. So good to see him back on the rugby field as well after his sabbatical. Lafrangi onto Wepner.
On me, on me.
Hurricanes defence holding and well organised at the moment. A little grubber from Pretorius is a good one. Ellison felt that he was pushed by Jacques Fourie off the ball.
It's a lot of pressure from the Lions. Nice continuity. Held on to the ball very well. A lot of maturity in their play as well, Gavin. If you just see what they did with the ball, they took a lot of pressure, but they held on to the ball, and that's key. You turn over ball against the Hurricanes, you could be in trouble. Pressure on the Hurricanes.
There's Jason Eaton, All Black. Zane Coles with a throw-in. He's a New Zealand under-21 player. Crucial for him too to get the throw-in right. Got Jeremy Thrush as well, but it's won by the Lions. It's terrible ball for them. Can Vermaak clean it up? Pick up and drive. Now, are we going to see more of that from the Lions tonight? Sapaka, second time. Good to see just Henno Mens even in there from the left wing as well, doing his bit. I think you're going to see a really good team effort from the Lions tonight. They're playing for each other. Mens on to Grobelaar. Just grinding out those meters. That's the 5th phase now. Pretorius will he look to drop. Here we go. He's done it 1,000 times on this field. But this time it's way just past the right hand upright.
Just make sure you're on the last line. 12.
Almost seemed a little tentative with the drop. And people wanting to say, hoof it as hard as you can into the top reaches of the stand, but make sure it goes through the middle.
He's drifting a little bit as he struck the ball. Ball drifted and wobbled out. Placement of the ball not perfect for Pretorius.
Deep kick in from Wipu. This is Henno Mens. We'll find the kicker. It's Pretorius. And they've carried it back into the 22, so it'll be an up and under. That's gone a little too far. Wipu opening up space. This is where they're dangerous. The Hurricanes, they haven't had their hand on the ball, but once they get the ball moving quickly through the hands, they've got the power of Nonu at centre, the skills of Conrad Smith outside him. Good play by the Hurricanes. With that advantage line at an early stage. This is Guildford, first touch for him. Both teams keeping the error base down in these early stages. Good concentration levels, of course.
All the way, 5. Play on.
Big take. This is where they could be dangerous, as we've said before. Jeremy Thrush now inside of Eaton. So the two lock forwards together. Mathewson flying down. They've got plenty of men. Yes, their chance. And they've got to get home. It'll be Conrad Smith with the try. So the first real opportunity for them to lay their hands on the ball, the Hurricanes. They've transformed that into a very well-worked try.
Disappointing for the Lions. Super work from the Hurricanes, though. If you have a look at Thrush and Eaton, of course, that's Eaton off the deck was very, very good. And now they've got the momentum, the continuity. They're way over the gain line. Almost impossible to defend that. Great try for Conrad Smith.
Yeah, there's Jason Eaton. Quite right. I mean, he presented that ball perfectly. He just kept the momentum going for the players. And it was a 4-on-2 situation out wide. Much of a chance for anybody.
I suppose just looking back is missed that first tackle on Jason Eaton. Missing that first tackle against guys like this who are skillful and big. You can't miss your first tackle.
No problem for Piri Wipu, and you would have noticed there that he has a 74% success rate with kicking at goal. He hasn't always been the first choice kicker. That's another thing with him.
Coming off his foot nicely, setting the ball up. Well, you just really had to count who's going to score. But the hands are up out wide there to say, give it to me, I'll take it. But Conrad Smith said, well, sorry, Hux, I'll have this one. Or canter over.
Well, they were lining up. A good kick in from Pretorius. I know Mens, probably the first man there, being the paciest.
Take him back. Oh, wait, number 5, out.
Mathewson's kick hasn't gone far enough, but it's almost into a hole. The important thing is the Hurricanes have held on to it.
Just the knock on.
Sowialo, Nonu. Now they've got extra men out wide too. Just love running with it to do the Hurricanes. This is where they're powerful, and that's tight forwards as well as loose forwards. The little chip kick forward. Which way does this bounce? Ludek's done a remarkable job there in stemming the flow. It's just a whole pile of grey and blue jerseys. Then the quick throw in. Jonathan Kaplan says that's fine, keep going. Lavavi did some good work, so has Jeremy Thrush.
No hands.
Has that ball been won there by Philippe Vepena?
12 feet.
Another chance. Here they come, Mathewson. Well, it's 2 tries for Conrad Smith in the space of a couple of minutes, and the crowd are absolutely stunned. 2 real opportunities for them. They turned them into points.
continuity of the Hurricanes is fantastic. Let's pop on the inside by Ellison. And who else there to thrash? Pop up there. Monanan, who chips it over the top. Ludik gets back. The ball is now... Ludik tries to get the ball out of play. They have a quick line out. Now the pressure's on the Lions. They can't scramble their defence. Conrad Smith straight to the middle. Not enough numbers over the ball for the Lions, obviously.
All good, thanks.
There might have been an expectation that they would go wide. We've seen already. They're quite happy to probe those close-in goals. Another easy kick this for Wipu. So he'll be moving closer to that magical 75%, which is always the benchmark for kicking skills and kicking accuracy. The finishing touches there. And again, you can just see the importance there of the alertness of an outside centre, close in, seeing the opportunity and making the most of it.
Classic body position, well, wasn't he, Gavin? He picked it up, stayed low, almost impossible to stop him there. Forceful on his legs.
Never easy to come back from that sort of knock early in the game. That's a knock on. And in fact, the ball was played in front of him, so technically that should be a penalty to the Lions.
Leave it now, leave it, Craig.
For Mark. Clever. Almost too many players. Here's Louis Ludik.
It's over. Roll, roll, roll.
This is a good response from the Lions, but we saw it early in the game. The question is they've got to bridge this defensive line. This is Jacques Fourie. Now they've got men out wide. Excellent running this by the Lions. There's a chance for Andre Pretorius.
No hands.
Final tackler there was Tamati Ellison. Now, numbers again.
Play on.
Question is, which way do we go? Jeffries Lafranchi very much part of the move as well. This is
No hands.
good work here by Anton van Zyl. Now they need to finish it off the Lions. They need to score a try. Willemse, first real touch for him.
Everyone going in there. Free kick.
Now the question is, where's this free kick? The middle of the field. The Lions want to back their scrummage. Use that as their attacking platform.
Scrum.
Pick the scrum, surely, yep. They take the scrum. They've got a big blind side. Nice right shoulder. The pace of Vermaak on the right. Pop from Ernest Joubert.
Yeah.
Slip here from I must say, vital you stay on your feet. Studs just didn't
Precision.
grip.
Square up, please. Don't run around. Crouch.
So look at the difference in pack weight there. The Hurricanes, a very heavy pack of forwards. Technically, there's some good scrummages in the Lions pack. Anke van der Merwe in particular on the near side, very highly rated. Amazingly, he's only 112 kgs. So only. It just shows technically what a good scrummage he is, the man on the near side. Full international right now. Sure, he's going to play a lot more tests. The right shoulder wasn't quite there, so it's slide ball. Mathewson stuck his boot in. And the Lions held on to it. Don't think so.
Roll away. 9.
Wipu. This is clever running, but he should never have got through. The Lions didn't make the tackles they should have. Let's open up space again. Here comes the dangerous Conrad Smith. Now the chase. Guildford's got pace, but so has Ashwin Willemse.
Stay up, stay up.
Now, Jacques Fourie trying to do what he can. Andre Pretorius is in there as well. They've controlled the ball. We've got no kicker at the moment, though. For Mark standing back. Might be called upon to kick it into touch. Todd Clever taking the scrum half position. That's good play by Gunnar Vermaak. Cool, calm and collected. He hasn't quite got the distance he might have wanted.
Disappointing scrum you see from the Lions. They actually get lifted and taken back. That's not quality ball for Jan Vermaak because his loose head's coming back. Gets pressure from him from Mathewson. Now, of course, Nanu with a show of the foot. Inside, inside and out of there.
Play on.
Good field position this for the Hurricanes.
advantage.
Well, there's advantage accruing now to the Hurricanes.
Leave it, both of you. Leave it.
Really are playing some expansive rugby.
Hands in.
They've got a full penalty
Flat on the
now.
ground. Cynical.
Crowd not happy with Jonathan Kaplan's decision.
Was as a result of the
Americans
hand.
already got 2 tries. They want to spread that lead to by another 3 points.
I could be mistaken, but I think it was 10. Man not on his feet. It was a hand by Red. Guy wasn't on his feet.
The Lions players put a hand on it, slowed the ball up. Jonathan Kaplan said cynical. Let's have a look. Lawrence Parker on the deck.
Thought he mentioned number 10, which is Andre Pretorius. You can see Pretorius on the right of picture.
I don't think he got a hand to it.
No, nor a foot.
Yeah.
Slap in front. 2 successful kicks already from similar positions. And the booing of the crowd won't put off Piri Wipu. Really must have enjoyed these first 14 minutes. It's a bit like Rothright, you as a scrum half, scoring a try in the first minute. I'll tell you what, as a kicker, you get 3 dollies like that. It's a real pleasure.
That builds your confidence, doesn't it? Builds your confidence. Worrying signs for the Lions is the fact that they're slipping some first-time tackles. And up against a side like this, you don't want it. Good signs for the Hurricanes. A lot of interplay between forwards and backs.
Change of kicking direction by Andre Pretorius.
Ball is out.
Really made much difference. This is Carl Lowe. Taken away by the Lions. Good turnover for them. Labush Gachni gets past the first tackle. Great running by another. Gottman in support. There's a knock on somewhere along the line there. Once again, just when they were looking so threatening, the Lions just making a very basic error.
Pointing for the Lions because they've had 2 or 3 chances in this match really to finish off, and they haven't. And here's another sign of it. Jonas Skachny just hands off, works the space. He tries something fancy over the top. Nothing wrong with that. I think the Lions should have secured that. Better communication, they probably would have secured it. No one seemed to be communicating. Todd Clever snatched at it, went forward.
Yeah, such good support. I mean, there were 5 players in support there. The lob over the top. I'd have thought might have gone to hand. Hurricanes have made 25 tackles in this match to the 20 of the Lions thus far. I just wonder to what extent. We've got 30 very fit boys. We should say 31. We should include Jonathan Kaplan because they train hard too. Very fit guys out there, but altitude always does also do its bit. But the Lions have had a lot of possession, but the Hurricanes have used theirs better.
I believe that really their stats are correct because the Lions have played down there. They've done all the foraging down there, hung on to the ball. But sadly, they give it up too easy. And when they give it up, the Hurricanes strike. And from distance.
That we've seen.
Number 3, keep the bind. Keep your bind.
Jonathan Kaplan having a word with Tim Fairbrother. Tight head prop of the Hurricanes to keep his bind.
I don't want to go to shoulder. Where are his feet?
Always wonder what's going through Willie Weppener's mind when you see those close-ups of him just about due to launch into the scrum in the underworld.
No hands, Red!
80-minute play is Willie Weppener. Wipu. Then that's is an indication of the importance of the basics as well. Territory's become such an important part of the Super 14 equation now. A lot of players sometimes electing not to even play rugby, but to rather play territory and look for mistakes from the opposition. So Piri Wipu doing the basics well from fly half.
Front, Philip.
Weppener. Ball to Anton van Zyl. Good clean line-out ball. Back inside to Ashwin Willemse. Seen one run already from Labuschagne. Found a new spirit since coming back. This is Jacques Fourie, one of the better runners with the ball. Dopich Lachwanji, his centre partner. Good play again by the Lions.
No hand now.
Don't want to make mistakes, and well, can't win games if you keep making mistakes, especially when you're in the strike zone. It's the second one.
That red zone, as they call it, it's vital to get that ball to hand, to hold on to it, and not to turn it up.
It's a little bit bigger.
A lovely run from Jacques Fourie, isn't it? So well balanced. And then the turn of the pace. He's such a big man, yet he's very, very quick. And then he offloads. Look at that perfect offload in the tackle. Disappointing. Rafaelov hasn't got any hair for the people that live in New Zealand and Australia, so he can't pull it out. If he did have hair, he would pull it out, because here in the red zone, you want to be clinical. The Lions haven't been clinical. They've had possession, they've had territory, haven't been clinical.
And credit to the Hurricanes, they've been disciplined in that environment. This time it's their scrum that goes backwards, but look how well they've recovered. Still territory belonging to the Lions for the moment, and desperate to get points on the board.
Let's have a look at the scrum.
Short line out this time for Wepener, to the back for Mark. And this time one of the passes just goes astray, and then the knock on. The error base, or the error count climbing against the Lions. It's a strange thing, this game, sometimes when you try too hard, things don't go your way. You can still be relaxed in an environment where you have the right discipline.
It was always going to be tough for Pretorius to take, but Jonas Labuschagne should have taken the first one.
Thank you.
So just about at the end of the first quarter.
Touch, pause, go.
In most of the difficulties seem to be on the near side. Fairbrother up against Heinke van der Merwe.
Yeah, just look at his right. Okay. New mark.
Jonathan Kaplan's just moved them off an area where they were scrumming, where maybe it's not that firm underfoot. Was that the reason why?
Crouch, touch, pause, go.
Mathewson doesn't do the take. It's So'oialo Yasmananu. Now, Hosea Gear. Trying to show why he was chosen as an All Black last season.
First time tackles missed by the Lions. That's cost him dearly in his first 20 minutes. You'll have another look at a missed tackle. Willemse just got to go a little lower. Comes too high, gets one in the face. Hosea Gear's got space. Very lucky the Lions that ball didn't come into play.
Now, the defensive work of the Lions hasn't been what it should be, but certainly the passing neither. And you see from the Hurricanes, virtually every pass that they've given has been an accurate one. For Mark.
Wait here, you're off. Now you're on.
It's a very deep kick in that. Ellison onto Gear. No real attitude there. Todd Clever with the first up tackle. Just see how Jason Eaton and Jeremy Thrusher used to carry the ball up. Often when you've got a tall man doing that, you can get his arms through the tackle, but now they've gone and given up the ball. Have the Hurricanes. Run out for Mark. Back in field she comes. This is Wepener. Grobler. Can Pretorius ignite the backs? Jacques Fourie got through the first bit of space. Here comes Pretorius now. He's got to sidestep and go full tilt. He's got the pace. He's also got men on the outside. Oh dear. Ashwin Willems has come back in field when it might have been better to go out, but can he make up for that? Again, the Lions right in the strike zone. They've had 2 chances already. Can they make it with a 3rd time lucky? Ludic, Pretorius, and Jacques Fourie over with a canter.
So much better from the Lions. So much more focus when they were looking at the ball, fetching the ball, passing the ball. And the word I was looking for early on that came out was clinical. And this is clinical from the Lions. The offload's really good. And I spoke about Andre Pretorius. He comes off his left leg twice, then he offloads. Ernest Joubert should have begged for that ball. He probably didn't shout loud enough. The ball now goes to Dick. The Lions have got numbers out to the right. They've come to the left. Pretorius offloads at the perfect time. That is a quality try, Lions.
And again, if you look through that whole sequence, just the execution was spot on. Passing was right, was into the breadbasket, everything accepted. Important scoreline that for the Lions. This time, the Hurricanes missing that tackle in midfield from Jacques Fourie. It's crucial. Quite good to see him back from injury. He's had so many injuries, hasn't he, Jacques Fourie? 42 test matches. He will play a lot more. That's going to drift away. Just came off it a little bit to Pretorius.
Again, you must have tried written all over this the moment they touched that ball, but it was really the build-up, the interplay between the backs. Forwards came into it a bit. Nice, quick second phase ball. Impossible for the Hurricanes to defend that. Maybe this will ignite the Lions. They win for a big one tonight.
Oh, 12 points the difference now. And good appreciation there by Corvus Probably. Had 1 foot in touch, so they'll go back to the halfway line. Of course, either way, that's a good field position.
Scrum it is.
Not clever. Only 6 tests for the US of A. Finding it very refreshing here in South Africa. He's fought very hard to get a starting place in the Lions lineup.
Just coming close, it's too far.
Now, does Jano Vermaak look to exploit the far side where he's got pace and power? Ashwin Willems.
Pause, go. Wind up here.
Kopic Lafranji, Louis Ludic.
Right there.
Pick up from Joubert. Was kicking the right thing to do. No, it wasn't. Disappointing that for the number 8. It's really good ball for him. Had the perfect reel, the pickup. Billy Weapon hiding away there at number 2. Just making sure that the support is there. Mahananu over the advantage line. Jeremy Thrush trying to get it through the hands quickly. You can see that's good handling. That's very confident handling as well by the Hurricanes. Ellison, the last man, he's gone and knocked it forward.
Good steal. No hand.
The referee presumably playing advantage. Cobus Forblad, I don't think I've ever seen him kick. Ashwin Willems are very seldom, so they'll carry it up.
Take him back.
Andre Pretorius. Tried to get a spiraling torpedo, just didn't get the distance on it. This is Wipu.
Out.
He's used to kicking up and unders from the base of the scrum. Willemse coming back in field. Sapaka. Great running this by Lawrence Sapaka. But slow delivery for the Lions and a free kick against them.
Leave it now, Red. 3. 8 on his feet.
3-2. Conrad Smith. Double try score, and this time it's the Hurricanes with an awful pass and an awful clutch between the two All Blacks, Smith and Nonu.
So stays on his feet long enough. Sporting inside to Sapaka's classic. Oh, this is lovely. Hey, big guys of the world unite. Nice to see him just charging forward. Not enough numbers quick enough to him. Didn't strike it hard enough, but it was so hard. He stood on his feet, rock solid, and won that ball for the Hurricanes.
To the back she goes, Joubert. No, for Mark. Look at this. A little scrum up. He's on his own. He's backing himself too. Oh, he's got to hold on to it. Do the Lions still have the possession? No. Jonathan Kaplan rightly says it was a knock forward. I think maybe Jan Vermaak felt that with no one in support, he had to try and flick it back. But maybe, in hindsight, was not necessarily the right decision.
It's a lovely little break, though, from the scrum half. So strong on his feet, isn't he? Low centre of gravity. He's got no support, so he rides the tackle, throws it up, lands back in his hands, so it can't really be forward. I'm not too sure. But didn't go for him there. Jonathan Kaplan calls it forward. I'm happy to go with that. His experience.
Well, we've seen something we haven't. An important scrum this for the Hurricanes. They've got the put in. Mostly right footers to the left of the scrum. Does Mathewson take it himself? There's a little grubber this time from Wheaton. It's a good kick, that well fielded by Nonu, taken up by Lowe. Just look at the territory that they've gained again, the Hurricanes. Some really good work getting it through the hands.
No hand, no red.
Wheaton. Time Nonu with a kick, and I think he's belted it straight into touch. And they'll come back some distance. Disappointing that for the centre. 2 basic errors from him in a couple of minutes.
The thing about the Hurricanes, they're not scared to run in their own area. In their 22, they get the ball. As long as the numbers are on, 3-2, they play the ball, and that's what I like about them. And you've got to admire them for that. Very cavalier in their approach.
Right there, you good.
For Mark. Now the width of the field. It's slow ball that for Jacques Fourie. He's proving a little bit of a menace there.
Wait, line!
Pretorius with a chip. This is Zach Guilford, who's come across from the right wing and done particularly well. Held on to possession. They've got the ball. Well, Ellison's going to be penalised for holding on to Jan Vermaak, who was nowhere near the ball. And it's good to see referees taking decisions like that. You see a lot of that sort of off the ball, not serious stuff, but certainly guys pulling, tugging. And the touch judge say, leave the man alone.
In the ruck, you've got to leave the scrum half alone. You can't bind onto him and suck him in.
But it was clean. The ball was clean.
Andre Pretorius is going to kick it goal. And we have this debate so regularly, Garth, week in, week out. But whether or not to kick it goal, keep the momentum going. You're in the strike zone. You're spending time down there. What can you do? Jan Vermaak in the background there. Just some attention, I think, to a smack on the hooter. That's a better strike. from Pretorius, and an important one as well for the Lions. Just eat away at that lead that the Hurricanes got in those first couple of minutes of this first half. And if you take those quick tries out of the equation, the sides have been pretty evenly matched, pretty much all the way through. So obviously with the Lions having a little bit of domination in territory. Mark over the top. Rodney Sorialo, Captain Roy, he's unfortunately just slipped out of his hands. Now the chase from Mintz. That's great play that by Ellison. Just did so well to keep, but he's kicked it infield now. Sapaka, the charging Rhino. Tom plays just seeming a little surprised to get the ball, but isn't Jacques Fourie making a real nuisance of himself tonight? Was that a knock-on? Oh, interference. Well, the ball was still part of the ruck.
I tell you, that's going to be a card.
Yeah. There's 2 infringements now. Really silly ones. It's fine. Really silly ones. One on the far side to try to pull in the first defender, and this one when the halfback's got the ball, leave him alone. You can ask, I'm not saying. Yeah.
You almost feel that this is a professional foul. The ball's coming off the line side. There goes the first hand, there's the second hand. It's almost a professional foul.
Jeremy Thrush. And I think that Jonathan Kaplan has just locked that in his memory bank. Rodney Soriano has really been talking to his team as well, following that, to say, guys, we can't afford this. We don't want a yellow card.
Thrush is from the side in the first place. He's coming on the side, then uses the hand to knock it out of Jonathan Mark's hand. Very lucky not to get a blanket for that. Very lucky.
Garth, I must admit, with the first one, I wasn't sure that it was in fact a knock-on. The second one, very definitely. It almost seemed as if Jonathan Mark had knocked it on the first time round. He's back on target. Is Andre Pretorius, another crucial penalty goal for the home team. 6 points in it. Just under 6 minutes left of this first half.
Amazing, as Andre Pretorius' confidence is growing, so is the confidence of the Lions team growing. They've seemed more settled and far more aggressive with the ball in hand and attacking, especially to Jacques Fourie.
I think he feeds a lot of Andre Pretorius. Two of them very similar players in many ways. Kumar. It's a really good return that from Yano for Mark. So back into their own half go the Hurricanes. Jason Eaton lurking at the back of that line out. Very experienced players, Jason Eaton. Wasn't a great ball that. Not a great throw-in. Have the Lions taken it away? Yep, they have.
No hand up, Gray.
Ideally love to get some more points before half-time. Yep, Hanke van der Merwe rather. Pretorius. Good reading of the play there by Ellison.
Wait, 8-7.
It's a massive kick that from Ellison as well. Ludik, we haven't seen a lot of Louis Ludik in this match.
Leave him.
So a dangerous player. Beautifully taken by the fullback. And the Lions really are playing with the confidence you spoke about, Garth.
All offside.
There's another penalty. This time the Hurricanes offside, and you know, Jonathan Kaplan has got the full-arm penalty, and the subsequent goals that are being kicked by Pretorius crucial for the Lions' cause.
Yeah, all offsides. They're miles offsides, not offsides. So It's a fair call from Jonathan Kaplan. I was looking at some of the stats there in the right of the corner. Tackles made by the Hurricanes, 50. Missed tackles, 12. That's a huge stat for the Hurricanes, and that immediately proves that the Lions have got more ball. But if you look at the Lions, they've only missed 6 tackles, and that's what brought them back in the game. Those 6 tackles were in the first 5 to 7 minutes of the game. They haven't missed a tackle since. It's the Hurricanes that are missing tackles.
And they've made 33 against the Hurricanes 50. The Hurricanes having to make more tackles without ball in hand. Andre Pretorius relishing the opportunity of kicking goals. Distance no problem for him. Weather conditions perfect.
Yep, he's pushed it past the upright. Sort of kick he'd often manage with his eyes closed.
I don't know if you were there or not, just keep it.
Hurricanes also desperate to get back into the game. It's gone off the boil a little bit after scoring those 2 tries. Heno Mens, he'll pump it up high.
Out, 8, out.
It's good fielding. Jason Eaton is a superb footballer, isn't he?
Last line.
And from Schwalger, not much room for Guildford to move in. Done well to keep it in field. That's excellent quality play that by the Hurricanes. Weepu. Nonu. This is danger time. Moa Nonu giving him a bit of space. Now Hosea Gear. Comes out on the Hurricane side. Delayed possession. And they penalised as well.
13.
Jacques Fourie, super work from the centre. He's on his feet, he plays the ball.
Oh dear. Close up there. After Frans Verster, who the Lions doctor for many years. Looked like it might have been a dislocated finger.
I think it belongs to Willie Webner.
He didn't say a word. Didn't even say ouch.
Open front, please. 8-1, 8-1.
The adrenaline is pumping. What a great line out that, but they've actually recovered well, haven't they, the Hurricanes? Look how they've got onto the front foot again. This is Ellison. He's got Guildford in support. And Conrad Smith. Here comes Guildford. Again, the Lions just missing that first tackle, and that puts pressure on them. Quite happy to keep the play going as quickly as possible. Now, Moa Nonu with it. Great field position, this Jeremy Thrush with the carrier. 10 seconds left of this first half. Lions desperate not to give away points. Here comes Mathewson. Great finish that from Albie Mathewson.
Son of a good side, the Hurricanes. That when they want to turn up a gear, they can. They've got a gear to drop down to. Albie Mathewson finishing off. And really, Guildford outside slipped a tackle or 2. Mathewson did a clinical finish. It really was a good team try.
Second time that the Lions have been found wanting close to the breakdown point. Saw Conrad Smith's second try pretty much the same. Just lost their defensive lines. Again, the Hurricanes showing that when they get up there and the opportunity presents itself, quick throw in at the line out. Everybody's supporting, everybody aware. Very good finish.
Gabby.
Seven points from the boot of Weepu tonight.
If you can hear me, just
will make it 9. Every kick just about on a similar range. Oh, that's a really good finish to this first half for the Hurricanes. With those 24 points that they've picked up there. And courtesy as well of 2 super tries from Conrad Smith. along with that last one there from Albie Mathewson. So despite the fact that at times they didn't quite have the ball that they wanted, the possession and the territory wasn't always that dominant, it was a really good effort from them. Halftime scoreline here at Coca-Cola Park, 24-11.
24-11, Hurricanes leading. Yuri, the Lions have had some great chances in the first half. They're not capitalizing.
Yeah, Cobus, I think we're playing the right game plan by turning them around. I think that's working brilliant for us. We're pinning them in their half. But I think the problem is at the moment we're chasing ourselves. Once we get there, we're rushing ourselves. We're not chipping away. We're not getting patient. And that's putting a lot of pressure. We're putting pressure on ourselves at the moment by rushing the game.
Also, a couple of times you slipped some tackles. Hurricanes scoring tries.
Yes, Cobus, they were basically out 22 4 times, 1 penalty, 3 tries. That says it all. So we have to fold a bit quicker in defence. We must not commit too many people in the ruck. We've got to get the guys in the defence lines. And then, yes, first-time tackles is what Super 14 is about.
Good luck second half.
Thanks, Cobus.
So words there from Dr. Gerard Jordan. And just what the Lions need to do in that second half. And just looking at those statistics, Garth, right as well, you can see the Lions 10 visits to the Hurricanes 22, and just the one try to speak of. And of course there are a brace of penalties as well. 3 occasions the Hurricanes were in the Lions 22. They made it count. So excellent effort from them, and I'm sure they'll be pleased with their efforts in that first half, considering the limited possession and territory that they had. Perivutu waiting to start the second half. 3 All Blacks. A little circle. No changes to either team at the halftime break. There'll certainly be some changes as the half goes, that's for certain. Pretorius' big kick downfield. Ellison, he's been busier than Louis Ludik, the fullback for the Lions. Zaire Gear. Ludik. What pace is Louis Ludik? Good work there by Todd Clever. Ernest Joubert somewhat isolated, so Jano Vermaak's got to go in to try and help him. It slowed the ball down for the Lions. Pretorius. Dopis Lagrangi. Grobbelaar. Not the best of passes. Still they've held on to it, have the Lions. Willemse. Now Ludik's kick there, will it find space? Which way will it bounce? Trouble for Ellison. Just managed to scramble back to his feet, but he's got to let it go now. And he hasn't. Well, the referee says that the Lions have got off their feet. A measure of relief there for Thomas Ellison. Ernest Joubert not happy with the decision.
This ball bounces in a perfect position. A lot of pressure on Ellison. He falls to ground very quickly. I don't think it's impossible for Ernest Joubert to stop there and not fall over him, I would imagine.
Lineouts continue to be a little messy. There's an opportunity now for Lagrangi into space. Now he's got outside in Fourie. This is where Fourie's dangerous. He's going to get a brace of tries as well.
This is the Lions at their best. Dopis Lagrangi runs the tackle. What I really liked about it, very straight. Very, very straight. He picked a line and he went with it. This is going to be a great, great view of it. It's stolen ball. The Hurricanes are back. You have to attack with this ball. The ball's out wide, straight as an arrow. The offload to Jacques Fourie is perfect. This is perfect stuff from the Lions. Steal the ball from the Lions, from the lineouts. The Lions can score tries. What a pressure on the Hurricanes in the lineouts. They're quite surprising.
They've conceded a lot of turnovers in this match, the Hurricanes. It's just that the Lions haven't really made them pay for it.
Hurricanes have lost 3 of their lineouts, which would be worrying if I'm their coach right now.
Another 2 points from Pretorius, and 7 valuable points that for the Lions, with just 6 in it now.
Anton van Zyl stole that ball. Todd Clever got it back. But yeah, it's that straight run and the handoff of Perry Wipu and the offload. You couldn't time it better, I don't think. Joffrey is having a blinder.
Certainly is. A little deep that from Perry Wipu, not ideal. Gives the Lions an opportunity to charge back.
Push back one. Wait.
Curious. Has Ellison knocked that out? This is Jonathan Kaplan. So disappointing that for the fullback. Seemed to have it covered.
Wasn't the best kick, and I don't really think he wanted to kick it out anyway. Ellison lifted his eyes off the ball, and he goes to deck and kick himself tomorrow.
Billy.
Super game from Jano Vermaak tonight. Just such a busy little player.
Wait for my call, please. Crouch.
Limited number of scrums that we've seen tonight.
Wait, stay down. Shoulder.
Pretorius. There for Mark into a little bit of space. You could see Joffrey looking to run off him again there. Again, it's the Lions just giving the Lions share of possession. It's just freeing up the tight forwards to do their bit as well. Is that ball being won there by Carl Lowe? Done particularly well for the Hurricanes. It's a ball they needed, and there's oodles of space out wide. Now this is going to be a big chase. Ludic, Hosea Gear, or rather Zach Guilford. Ludic absolutely initially outnumbered. Conrad Smith shouting at the referee. Well, this is a miracle if they've held on to it. The Lions certainly have. Oh. Mark. And that's the relief that's a good kick from the scrum half again. He's had to stand in that fly half position on a couple of occasions and kick out to touch.
Just watch your shoulders on the thing there. You've got to bind onto someone. I've spoken, okay?
Bounce. Could have been cruel, but it was kind to Louis Ludic. Nice and cool and calm, went to the ground, perfect play, got back on his feet very quickly and stayed on his feet, and that saved the Lions.
Mathewson.
No hand now, red.
Happy to take a bit of punishment, Albie Mathewson.
Hands.
True style of New Zealand fly halves, scrum halves rather. Rodney Soriala. Haven't seen a lot of him in this match.
No hands, red, 6. You're off your feet.
Beaton, Wipu. This is Ellison looking to make up for that knocked ball. He's gone and lost it now. And again, it's Jano Vermaak with a kick downfield. There's no fullback. But Hosea Gear goes back and fails to make the catch. The game has been somewhat of a seesaw in these opening minutes of the second half. It's the altitude starting to tell.
Altitude's a huge factor here, Gavin, and you've raised it very clear. The last sort of 20 minutes, it really counts. It feels like you've got a golf ball in your throat. For those that come from the coast up here, I played a lot of my rugby here at Coca-Cola Park, and it was always a pleasure that last 20 minutes for the home side. So if the Lions stay in the hunt here in the last 20 minutes, we've got a real game in our hands again.
Leave him.
Pretorius out wide for Todd Clever. Jacques Fourie in there as well. Louis Ludek's made a huge break now. Is the support there? It comes. Todd Clever will get his first try for the Lions.
Brilliant try, Lions. Excellent effort from Louis Ludek.
Been an enormous start to the second half, hasn't it?
Huge start to the second half. Gaps are starting to show in the defense of the Hurricanes as the Lions have worked it out wide. Todd Clever, of course, in support. Just have a look at Louis Ludek. Very smartly, he decides to hold on, then gives it to Todd Clever after riding the tackle. This guy, Todd Clever, has been everywhere tonight.
Relishing being part of the starting lineup, as we said earlier. The Lions certainly playing with an enormous amount of confidence in the second half, getting the possession they want and again dominating territory. All the basics that you need.
Quite surprising that it was from a line-out again. This time it was the Lions putting, got it wide and found holes.
No problem for Pretorius with the conversion. So, into the lead go the Lions. And it was great support play here by Todd Clever. It was quite special getting your first try, isn't it?
Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Really fitting in well in the team here, Todd Clever. True team player.
Some changes. See Jed Robinson's on the field. Pretorius searching for depth of the touchline. Back they go into the Hurricanes half of the field. There you have it. Jed Robinson, confirmation on for Dan Coles. Been good service from Mark tonight, and Andre Pretorius, I think, relishing the running opportunity as well. He loves that part of the game. And a great experience. 31 test matches, of course, is what he's had. So many injuries, but good to see him injury-free and back in the throws. Labuschagne not able to make early ground. The Lions are starting to have the opportunities now to charge a little bit at the Hurricanes with the position they're getting, using the big men and finding holes as well. Dopis Lachranji it's been knocked back by the Hurricanes, no problem with that. The visitors are certainly feeling the pinch a little.
On the ground, playing the ball.
Ashwin Willemse penalised. It's Tim Fairbrother. Back to fetch the ball. Looked like a man on a mission. Punt downfield from Wipu. Ludek going to do the same thing. A bit of space opened up initially. The Hurricanes want to get their hands on a little bit more ball. Defending really takes it out of you. Guildford. Which way has that gone? And sadly straight into touch from Zach Guildford. Ronis Labuschagne had a big match tonight. But a good opportunity for Gerrit Mostert as well, and confidence in the replacement from Eugene Yellow. Fresh legs can certainly make a difference.
Get it in.
Just 52 minutes gone now. Very often that last quarter where you see a flurry of players coming on.
Get on sides.
Hurricanes with a one change at the moment. There's going to be more, I'm sure, at some stage. Pretorius. the perfect up and under outside the 22.
Advantage red.
And it's the Lions who come away with it. For Mark, finding a bit of space. Lions are also finding a lot of support around the ball carrier. Pretorius, the drop goal, or drop attempt, should we say. Lachranji went and lost it. Did it go forward? There's his referee, Jonathan Kaplan.
No advantage.
Oh, he's called it now. And he's going to have a quick word.
Full-on penalty.
Fairly slowly. Just charge down. Torres just taking too long. Hops it over the top. He has the knock right there as he went to ground. Picked up there by Jonathan Kaplan as well.
Bryn Evans on for Faifili Levavi. There's a little look at Andre Pretorius and just the work that he's put in this match. Whether it's running with the ball or kicking at goal. Very much an important part of the attacking machine as well as the defensive machine of the Lions. So really good effort there in running meters gained as well. As usual, a mixed up game there from Pretorius in terms of kicking and running, passing. Pretty much the complete player.
At the back, too early.
Hurricanes, quick take there from the free kick. They've shown that they can come back and score tries when you don't expect it from them.
From his legs!
Oh, Albie Mathewson. And this time, Nanu couldn't pick up first time. Conrad Smith, he's gone and knocked it on. Oh dear. Now he has an opportunity for the Lions, but they couldn't make the most of the first couple of seconds to get the go forward. They had the numbers, certainly. This is Ernest Yubert. He's tossed it away, but they're going to come back. The referee was playing advantage, and I think there's going to be a scrum to the Lions.
Big Sabaka.
Bad ball all going backwards.
He's been in the fray a bit tonight, hasn't he? He's got the ball with a bit of yardage in front of him. You often don't see that for a tight head prop. He's made up the space very well, carried the ball in strong. Been a bit of a force for the Lions.
What do you call it? The big man club.
I call them the big three.
The big three. The big man club. A little bit of respite, I think, for a lot of players too, but here comes some more replacements as well. As we have a look at the scoreline there, and it's those two tries from in the second half that have just been absolutely vital. The one from Jacques Free, the one from Todd Clever, and no points for the Hurricanes yet in the second half. Ernest Yubert, Lawrence Sapaka. I think he's enjoyed his outing tonight, Lawrence Sapaka. Running meters gained have gone up in fair number. Don't often see him running and charging like he's done tonight.
Roll 7!
Lions playing with a lot more confidence now, one feels as well. Anka Funamaeva. Just popping out on the Hurricane side. Now they've got a counter-attacking opportunity. This is Nanu. They have met a rather resolute defence.
Play on from his legs. Play on.
Just a little bit messy. Wipu.
Stay up.
The Lions closing the Hurricanes down defensively very, very quickly. Sowialo, Smith, Guildford. This time he's kept it in field. Which way does it bounce? Favourably for the Lions. Ludik, Willemse. Well, decides to kick downfield, and it's actually turned out to be a good kick. He had quite a lot of space in front of him, didn't he? But quite happy to go for the territory.
Tide 5 would have killed him if he took off for that ball. The right option there, the wise option. He's got to go into the changing room after the game. It was a frantic passage of play, and obviously just needed to settle things down a bit.
Jed Robinson's throw in is accurate. In the line out. But just a little messy for the Hurricanes, and they'll be worried about the basic errors. Not being able to get themselves back into this match in the second half.
One area that they'd be worried about is their lineouts. Again, that was a lineout. They tried to take it quickly. They won the ball a little sloppy. Anton van Zyl straight in on Mathewson. Knocked the ball. They're turning it over. Maybe they should just settle their lineouts down a little bit more. Make sure of their put-ins. Because they're just not getting the possession. You know, this possession static game is going away of the Lions.
But as you said earlier as well, Garth, Hurricanes like to play a high-paced game. They like to move the ball around quickly. But of course, when you've got 35% of possession, it's really tough to get the rhythm going behind that, never mind the opportunity. And also, if you're sitting in your own half of the field. So disappointing finish there for John Schwalger. Looks like he's got a leg injury. Ellison, no doubt, will be on the park if he's not on already. Always tough for a big fella to have a leg injury.
Touch, pause. He's out.
Lions with a little chip into space. The bounce is not favourable for them. Ellison did well initially, but in surrendered possession. Again, the Lions take the ball back. And looking full of running is Louis Ludik again. Held up there by the Hurricanes. Surely a penalty accruing for the Lions. Maybe even a card. Pretorius. Little corkscrew there from Andre Pretorius. So much defensive work there and tight forwards being made by the Hurricanes backs. There's Conrad Smith right up there as well. The fifth phase now. Lions desperate for a 7-pointer to just accelerate that lead somewhat. Mostert standing by. It's good counter-rucking initially by the Hurricanes. The Lions have held on to it. And then surprisingly just caught us all by surprise. Out they come with it. Another charge. Ball's off the deck at the moment. I think the Hurricanes have taken it away. Excellent play by the visitors. Mathewson. Into space.
Man on his feet or right to the book.
And Ashwin Willemse says, Rudik, oh dear, has he knocked that on? I think he has. Jonathan Kaplan, nothing escapes his eye. How disappointing is that for Ashwin Willemse? Not under any pressure at all.
Mistakes like that, sometimes that can cost games. Unforced error. It's a concentration error. That's a knock. And Walker Kaplan got him.
Snake Eyes Kaplan, he doesn't miss much, does he? And a lot of that's got to do with position on the field too.
His positioning is so good. He's so fit. He's up with play all the time. I like his nature as a referee as well. He's very casual about it. He communicates very well with the players, and I think most of the players in the Super 40 level enjoy it.
Yeah, they certainly do. There's a calmness about him.
Touch, pause, go.
Important scrum this for the Hurricanes.
Take a bind. Won't speak again.
As we said earlier, Garth, they haven't really had
Take the
a
bind on the hit.
possession for a concerted period of time. It's sort of been scraps, hasn't it? Hard to get your rhythm going without continuity of possession.
Crouch. Touch, pause, go.
Straight down they go. Jacob Ellison on the near side. I saw Jason Eaton actually pushing on the flank there. Looks like he's
Keep your bum in, not out.
doing pretty much the same. There he is in the left of picture. Block
Feet
forward.
half. Feet. Crouch. Touch, pause, go.
Weepu. Little chip kick across field. It's a great kick as well. Ellison, well, just stepped into touch. And then it was Corey Jane as well who was pushed into touch. Pinpoint kick that from Perry Weepu.
See, the lines came up very quickly, so he wanted to toe it over the top. It was perfectly weighted, but Louis Ludik was up to it. Very good defense from Louis Ludik. He had to read it, and he read it well. He watches the ball and the player. That's a good tackle.
Positioned himself well. There's Earl Rose. He's on the park too. And also confirmation of Willie Rapia, who's on too at scrum half. So another good kick there from Jano Vermaak. He really has kicked well out of hand tonight defensively. Jed Robinson now trying to look for his jumper. Jason Eaton with a call at the back. Goes to the middle. And again, it's a little bit messy for the Hurricanes. Although the knock-on came from the Lions, the Hurricanes will be concerned about their line-out work tonight.
One stat that's really, I suppose, worrying for the Lions is they've been 13 times into the Hurricanes 22 and got 25 points. Hurricanes 4 times and they've got 21 points. And that stat's worrying. 13 times. You're in the red zone. You'd expect more, I suppose.
And the opportunities to present themselves. But I think, Garth, as we said as well, the Hurricanes have got to give them credit as well for their defensive work. But now it's the scrum that gets a little bit messy. And again, Jano Vermaak working the Lions upfield. They really haven't. The Lions really haven't been pressured because of their territorial domination. Haven't really felt the pressure.
It was a really good scrum from the Lions, start 5. And that young man, Jano Vermaak, toes it up ahead. He's had an outstanding 2009 season.
No competition from the Hurricanes in that line-out. Great ball for Pretorius. Dopis Lefranji with a long pass outside to Rose. Actually not allowed to play that ball on the deck. Well, you know, Earl Rose as a package has so much to offer, but you're never quite sure what you're getting. He's got moments of real brilliance. This time unable to take that pass.
Probably want to feel that one, you know, gain on attack. It's been very good for them out wide there for the Lions when they've worked the ball out wide from the lineouts. Disappointing.
Square and steady, please. Crouch. Touch. Pause. Go.
Now the deep kick downfield. is just absolutely perfectly placed. Rose looking to keep it in field. Top pass on the inside there from Rapia. This is Corey Jane, himself an All Black. The Hurricanes, when they just get a chance to start playing, you can see the danger that presents itself. Conrad Smith, 2 tries already, looking for a third. Wipu. Then it's Wipu, moved into the scrum half position. Ma'ananu, Corey Jane. Is much better from the Hurricanes. Ellison, particularly well there, Ellison. You see 6 phases they've gone through. Can the Lions defence hold? It will be the question. Jeremy Thrush has gone and knocked it on. Just what the Hurricanes wanted. Take the ball through those phases and get it up there. And then Jeremy Thrush disappointingly with a knock-on.
I felt he was a little straight up.
Timeout.
Play from the Hurricanes. Nice continuity as the ball comes out. Ellison on the inside. He stays on his feet. Really tough customer, I found, the fullback. Big guy. Jeremy Thrush straight up. Makes it a little easier for, of course, Jacques Fourie to get in amongst him. And he knocks the ball on.
Changes from Lofi-Yelov tonight. Of course, the Hurricanes playing at altitude are not used to it. Just looking to make a couple more changes. Just 2 men left on the bench for them at the moment. Katini is one of them. Big test this in front of the Lions uprights. Difficult for a scrum half as well when you've got those posts hanging around as well. You want to get the ball back to your fly half.
Let's go. You almost would have bended like Beckham around the post.
Crouch.
And of course, Henry Patrice has got the problem. He's got to kick through them.
Crouch.
You can see he's positioning himself almost behind the post.
Yeah. Well, a measure of relief with the free kick at that scrum, and the Lions will be, rather the Hurricanes will be really mad with themselves. Bill Rose with that big boot of his, and he's really pumped it downfield, hasn't he? Quick throw in from Ellison. The pass there from Carl Lowe. Corey Jane. Lions almost waiting a little bit, just keeping their lines. Oh, space for Nanu. He's dangerous now. Yeah, they come. Wipu has done a magnificent run down the middle. Can he hold on to it? That's the continuity that they want. Hurricanes staying on their feet. They continue to probe. Conrad Smith has spent a lot of time around those rucks complaining to the referee, and rightfully so on that occasion. It's him that takes it quickly. Jed Robinson with a setup. Now they're going to carry it up with the big men. Gwen Evans amongst them. Jeremy Thrush has done a lot of hard work for the Hurricanes tonight, both offensively and defensively. Down the line they go. They've got a spare man. Nanu's dangerous. This close to the line, and it's Nanu then with a try. The first points of the second half for the Hurricanes.
Oh, good play from the Hurricanes. They put the pressure on the Lions, and the Lions finally cracked. 6 times into the 22, 26 points on the scoreboard. Again, there was thousands of guys outside of Ma'ananu who could have scored that try. But it's this sort of continuity. Ma'ananu set it up. Lovely run from Wipu. He keeps his head though. He takes the tackle, and that's responsibility, and then sets the ball up for the Hurricanes yet again. And of course, after another 3 or 4 phases, the ball comes back to Alu into Nanu. No one's really going to stop him 5 metres out, surely. Great try, Hurricanes.
Incredibly powerful runner is that man in picture. Didn't have a great first half. Starting to come into his own now, when it really counts. See that clock ticking away, just over 69 minutes. It's a very important kick this for the Hurricanes. Rifu's your man. He's got it up to 31, so there's 6 points the difference, and Cobus Grobler would have done his mathematics as well. There's the finish then from Nani. Doppie Stafrangi's coming off, and Chandra Frolic, see, is on in his place. There's confirmation of Jeremy Thrush going off as well. Really pleased with his, and Maya Kitini, who's on the field. What do the Hurricanes do now? They've got the lead. It's got 10 minutes of play left.
Player not on his feet.
They never want to defend the lead. But you also got to be mindful of preservation of energy.
Same thing as the far side over there. Player not supporting his own weight, not releasing the tackle player, and staying there on the ball. He must release first and then go back in.
Clear enough explanation, and really, Garth, it really is good to see referees keeping cards in their pocket as much as possible, because they really can spoil games, and especially when you've got games as tight as this. One gets the feeling the Hurricanes are finding a little bit of rhythm, getting more possession now to Nanu. What a great pass there to Ellison. Referee says it went forward. Not sure about that, but there we have it. Confirmation of Doppie Stafrangi having left the field.
Doppie Stafrangi had a fantastic game, hasn't he? He's one of the unsung heroes of this Lions side. He slipped 3 or 4 tackles. He was immense on defence. So yeah, he deserves his rest. Earl Rose probably going to get a stitch or 2. Here, I just think he's really got the knock in the air. Elbow, probably.
Probably exactly that, yeah.
Amazing how a game can turn. Ball gets kicked all the way down into the 22. Willemse knocks the ball on. From that moment until now, the Hurricanes have got the front foot. They haven't got out of this game from that one mistake. Now, had that not been a mistake and the ball been kicked out to the Hurricanes, the game would be have a different flavour, a different character. So mistakes in these vital stages are vital. It's going to be so crucial. And if you look again, territory, 60% of the Lions have got territory, and you'd wonder they'd have to win a game like that on any other given day. But they're up against the Hurricanes, and the Hurricanes are a smart side.
Look, this all makes the game what it is, doesn't it? It was predictable. I don't think we'd enjoy it. Mark, excellent match that he's had. Corey Jane downfield. It's a good kick as well from the fullback. And he's asking for it to be a little bit further down. Well, I suppose kickers are never happy with what the touch judge decides. Definite accurate throw in. Pretorius, good ball for him to use. Ludic right up there. It's been taken away by the Hurricanes. That's good defensive work by Todd Clever. He realised they were going to kick it. Fell back. A little bit of isolation there for Gerrit Mostert. I guess the Lions really want to try and get their hands on possession and not release it. The dangerous Hurricanes. Sorialo. Smith. Bit of space there for Jason Eaton. It's not a bad kick that from Jason Eaton. Andre Frulik right up in the touchline. Well, that's clever play that by the Hurricanes. They've worked their way up to the 22 of the Lions.
They've scavenged the ball off the deck. Jason Eaton's kick is well weighted. A lot of pressure on Frolic. He's got a kick under pressure. I thought Jason Eaton's had an outstanding game.
Yeah, as two lock forwards, him and Jeremy Thrush have been very visible in this match. The Lions don't want to make errors here, so the Hurricanes will feel comfortable down here. Pressure's not on them, it's really on the Lions, who've got to make the running now as well. Less than 7 minutes left. And converted try without reply is the thing that they want, but they need possession.
First infringement. The ball's not good enough. Lost forward.
Not so sure why Andre Pretorius kicked across the field like that. It almost looked like a wonderful cross kick for the Hurricanes. Luckily, mistake, knock forward. That's the Lions put in. If you're a Lions supporter, of course, unlucky for the Hurricanes.
Crouch. Touch. Pause. Go.
Good enough scrum that for the Lions. Attacking from depth. Chris Jonk. Didn't even see Chris Jonk getting on the park. It's him with the left foot.
Out.
Of course, he's on for Earl Rose as a blood replacement at the moment.
No hands.
It's good rucking that by the Hurricanes. As a result, we're going to have a turnover. The long pass, Nonu to give him a little bit of space. Oh, it's beautifully plucked out of the air. This is going to be a try here for Willie Rapia. And is that going to seal it then for the Hurricanes?
Touch, okay. He was okay. He was okay.
Willie Rapia. Lady Luck smiles upon him. The kindest of bouncers.
But it's back to what you said earlier, Garth, as well. The visits that the Hurricanes have made into the 22, they've made it count. They've scored points.
And it's mistakes like that, turnover ball, puts pressure on your team. Let's have a look at that. Could have gone the other way, of course, but it didn't. That's Willie Rapia's not tonight.
He looked in line.
Difference 11 points as well. So looks like the Lions might go home without a single point. Disappointing for those men standing there who really seemed like they started the second half really on fire. The Hurricanes have been cool, calm and collected despite not dominating possession and territory. They've made it count when they've had the opportunity. 5 tries against 3 it is. Super stab that from Perry Weepu.
Now the issue, which is a real concern for the Lions. Let's first watch this try. Oh, Nonu. Well, the kindest of bounces to Rapia. Easy have gone the other way.
Ball.
Jason Eaton up for it. Knocked down, the ball bouncing. Ideally there for
Deliberate. Can't catch a ball like that.
the Hurricanes. And then referee's given a
Can't catch
penalty
a ball
to the
like that.
Hurricanes
Deliberate.
for deliberate knocking of the ball
You
by
can't
the
catch it
Lions.
like that.
One area for the Lions, Gavin, that's worried me all season is that when they bring the impact players on, Earl Roses come on, and say Frolic comes on, and Willem Alberts now comes on. When they bring the impact players on, there's no impact. And that's been their biggest concern. I've watched them play this whole season. I've done all their commentary work. They get to a stage in the game where they're doing so well. Impact players come on, and they actually go backwards rather than having the impact going forward.
Well, in theory, I would have thought that that ball could well have been an attempt to knock the ball back towards your own players. Jonathan Kaplan might have a look at that and wonder whether that was the right decision. Hurricanes, just look at their line of defense, perfectly positioned. They know that the Lions are going to run at them. Lions will also think twice about kicking the ball. That's good play by Vermaak. There's the supporters, the court. Nothing wrong with that. That's good play that by the Hurricanes. They've turned it over. And nothing wrong with just playing for territory. Super little kick downfield. He has made quite a difference since he's come on as Willie Rapier.
That's the difference between the two sides. The impact players that have come on have stood out and they've done special things. Rapier himself, that lovely kick, has been involved in the game. You know, that's the difference with having an impact player.
But despite those 16 turnovers conceded by the Hurricanes, so it just shows you how they've lifted their game when it's really been needed. Long pass from Vermaak. Pretorius with a little chip. Who's chasing? Is the bounce favourable? Yes, it is. They've got a chance here. They've got pace as well with Chandra Frolik. Now, will he get caught? No, Corey Jones given up already. Absolutely brilliant piece of play there from the own 22. Perhaps too much too late.
That's what you expect from impact play. Come on the field, make a mark on the game, do something positive. It was a super kick. A little chip over the top, and of course that's the conversion from Andre Pretorius. Watch this little kick. Very smart little kick on the outside of the foot from Andre Pretorius. Really look very casually up to Grobler and then to Chandra Frolik. Now he has got gas like you don't want to know. He's one of the quicker men around. No one is going to touch him. Great try, Chandra Frolik.
Honestly, what you said about impact players, Garth and Chandra Frolik actually bringing that to the party. As things stand at the moment, the Lions get a single point from this match. Just a couple of seconds left. The kick in from Rapier. Lions will certainly want to run it back again. Are they going to kick it? Oh, was that a clever thing to do? Maybe not. Because this will be the end of play, surely.
Time goes.
Jonathan Kaplan asking if that's confirmation the game's over. Yes, it is. And, yep. Well, disappointing finish. Anything could perhaps have happened with a carry-up. But ultimately, it's the Hurricanes. Such an interesting match. There's 2 tries at the start of the match to the Hurricanes. 2 tries also converted to the Lions just after half-time. In between. A real mix and match it was, but a lot of excitement. Back and forth it went. And ultimately, it's the Hurricanes then at full time, winning this match by 38-32 against the Lions.